So we've talked about how we would love Everson Griffen to strap it on one more time. Minnesota Unified Vikings, El Capitan, coming back for one more year. Well, at least one more year in purple. Because it would just be weird to see Everson in like a Seahawks jersey, you know? It's like looking at John Randall, Kevin Williams, Heath Farwell, Sidney Rice in a stupid Seahawks jersey. But yeah. So I actually think that the Vikings and Everson will get the band back together, despite Everson's goodbye on Instagram, which, as we know, is legally binding. But then came back to the never say never. Tom Pelissero a couple weeks ago. So I think that Everson is still firmly in play for the Vikings, and I think he knows it. I think the Vikings know it. I think like the faint interest of him in Arizona, him in Seattle, him in Cleveland, obviously knows Kevin Stefanski there. I think it's pretty tepid, and also with this weird ass off season, it really doesn't warrant him landing a big free agent deal anywhere because teams would obviously want to check him out for a physical before they do. And also, we pointed this out several times over the past couple weeks and months that Michael Pierce came over. Michael Pierce wore 97 in Baltimore, but he picked up good old Big Goon Linval Joseph, former number 98, carrying on the tradition of nose tackle, Williams Wall, etc. So leaving 97 wide open, like all of the rookies coming in, and no one's taking the digits of number 9 and number 7. It's because we know. Because people know. Like Rick Spielman knows, because Everson Griffen knows, because his agent knows, because the team knows that Everson and the Vikings will get back together. But I think Everson should wait for a couple reasons. Well, number one, he's a veteran, doesn't necessarily need training camp. I don't know if the team is actually going to have training camp. So TBD, whatever happens there. So he has nothing to prove, doesn't have to earn a spot, doesn't necessarily need reps to come in sharp in game shape. Well, not as many as you would think, especially since Everson obviously gets after it on his own. So with this weird offseason, with the weird training camp, with weird preseason, potentially no preseason, I think it's smart for Everson to just hold out and chill. Besides, he makes $0 extra if he signs today, whether he signs before week 1. It's the same, right? Well, difference between signing bonus, but chances are that the Vikings, given their leverage of the situation, Everson's probably not going to get a ton of dough. Probably maybe a $4 or $5 million deal with some incentives written in there. Probably a tiny signing bonus, if any, little to no guaranteed. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And also, if Everson comes back to the Vikings, like we said, I think Afadi Odenigbo should still start, or Everson starts on paper, but Afadi plays the majority of the snaps, because I think he certainly earned that. And then Everson takes on that late career B-Rob style role where, hey, I'll play right end, I'll play left end, I'll play defensive tackle, I'll play linebacker. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll just be here, get my reps in, play 300 to 350 snaps for the season, stay relatively fresh, provide a spark down the stretch, provide leadership, because that's what I do, baby. As well as he should carry on 97 questions, in place of B-Rob's 96 questions. They should have done that a long time ago, but whatever. Also, Everson, I mean, to his credit, what he should do is, well, all right, so he's already got the Vikings deal in his back pocket, let's say. It's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge sort of deal, right? I mean, what happens if, God forbid, another team's edge rusher gets abducted by aliens or gets the coronavirus? It has to self-quarantine, has to do all those things. That could open up a massive opportunity for Everson because, especially in the case of alien abduction, say that's something that's going to take them off the field for an extended period of time, potentially the full season. All of a sudden, Everson's chilling out there. Hey, I am more productive as an edge rusher, even at my advanced age, putting up 8 sacks last season, as well as, 70 pressures, somewhere in there. I am more productive as a rusher than Jadeveon Clowney, and that will cost you a third of the price. So come on in, baby. Hey, come on in. Browns, come on in. Cardinals, come on in. Seahawks, come on in. Whichever team has an edge rusher injury. So I think it does make sense for Everson not to commit himself right now because he knows in the back of his mind, in his back pocket, he has a potential deal with the Vikings. That'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Knows the scheme like the back of his hand, be able to come in even if it's a day before week 1 against the Packers at historic US Bank Stadium, and he'll be fine. He'll come in, maybe not start. He'll play his 30 reps, 20, 25, 30 reps, and then he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. Or, man, he can wait. Like maybe even into the season, which kind of sucks for veterans. If you're not on a roster week 1, your salary doesn't guarantee for the season, so then it would go week to week. But I mean, even like a prorated $10 million per year coming in weeks 3 or weeks 4 is more than what a $4 or $5 million contract would be for the season. So I think it's smart for Everson just to still wait. It's got to be disappointing that he didn't hit it big, which he certainly deserved to, just because of the weird off season, just because of coronavirus. But given the circumstances, I think it is smart for him to wait, see what happens, see what opportunities are afforded to him, sign somewhere for a 1-year deal, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else, and then prove that he's extremely effective yet again. And of course, veteran pass rushers who can get after it still have a premium. Look, Cameron Wake is still doing the damn thing, right? So I think that makes sense for Everson just to chill out, see what happens in front of him. Man, God, I would still love 97 back. Like, even if he plays an extremely minimal role and say DJ Wanham is ready to go, say James Lynch they see him as an edge and he plays a lot there. Maybe even Kenny Willekes is going to contribute some. Of course, Afadi's going to start opposite Daniil. I mean, just having Everson back and playing like 10 snaps a game, I don't care. I love Everson so much. But your thoughts? Everson playing the waiting game? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.